Reclaimed, The Fall of Utopia. Chapter 2, The Unseen Veil. Morning light streamed into Finn's room, casting irregular shadows across the walls. He hadn't slept well, plagued by nightmares of the exiled, the unseen victims of Utopia's harsh pursuit of perfection. With tired eyes, he stared at the drive containing the damning evidence, a small device with a devastating secret. He planned to dig deeper into the exile process, hoping to uncover more details when his door chimed. A glance at the security feed made his heart skip a beat. Standing outside were 2 enforcement officers, their stern faces hidden beneath the iconic helmets of Utopia's authority. Finn's pulse quickened. He felt trapped in a nightmare, but fleeing wasn't an option. The truth had to come out, no matter the cost. With shaking hands and a racing heart, he prepared himself for the inevitable confrontation, steeling his nerves for what felt like an inescapable, life-altering moment. The chime rang again, more urgently. Panic surged, and his mind raced to hide the incriminating evidence. In a hurried flurry, he concealed the drive behind a loose panel in the wall, just as the door slid open, revealing the unwelcome visitors. "Finn Montgomery," one of them asked, his voice flat and cold. "Yes, that's me," Finn replied, swallowing hard. "We've received a report about you discussing destabilizing information," the officer stated bluntly, his gaze sharp and penetrating. "This is a serious offence, Mr. Montgomery." "I don't know what you're talking about," Finn stammered, trying to stay calm. His mind flashed back to his conversation with Aria. Had she reported him? "We'll need to check your system," the second officer said, already moving towards Finn's workstation. As the officer powered up his system, Finn felt a cold knot in his stomach. He glanced at the hidden panel, praying they wouldn't find the drive. He watched anxiously as they conducted a thorough search, their expert eyes scanning every line of code, moving with a precision that only heightened Finn's rising sense of dread and helplessness. After what felt like an eternity, the officers turned back to him, their faces unreadable and stiff. "Your system is clean. But consider this a warning, Mr. Montgomery. Spreading false information can lead to serious consequences," the officer warned, his voice carrying a tone of authority that sent a chill deep down Finn's spine. With that, they left as abruptly as they had arrived, leaving Finn in the unsettling silence of his apartment. His heart pounded as the adrenaline slowly subsided. He kept staring at the door, replaying the last hour in his mind. Now he was being watched, his every move likely monitored. He knew he had to be careful. This close call only intensified his resolve to uncover the truth. He had seen a glimpse of the veil concealing Utopia's dark side, and he couldn't stop until he exposed it completely. With the enforcement officers gone, Finn collapsed into his chair, shaken and pale. His eyes drifted to the wall panel, hiding the incriminating drive. The threat from the authorities was real, but his guilt gnawed at him even more relentlessly. He needed to act, and soon, before the walls closed in around him, and any chance of escaping their watchful eyes disappeared entirely. Despite the risks, he decided to reach out to Aria again. They had grown up together, always supporting each other. He needed to believe that she was as disturbed by the truth as he was, and that she would stand with him in his mission. Later that day, they met in a secluded spot in one of Utopia's public gardens, away from prying eyes and listening devices. Aria was waiting, her usual cheer replaced by a sombre expression. "I'm sorry, Finn," she said as soon as he approached. "I was scared and confused. I didn't know what else to do." Finn's heart ached at her words. He saw regret in her eyes, but also fear, a potent reminder of the stakes they faced. He nodded, forgiving her, but made his resolve clear. "We can't let this go, Aria," he urged. "We owe it to those people, the imperfects. They don't deserve what's happening to them." Aria was silent for a long moment, her gaze fixed on the perfectly manicured garden around them. Finally, she sighed, a mix of resignation and determination in her eyes. "What do we do, Finn?" With a heavy heart, Finn began to outline his plan. He wanted to expose the information to the public, to reveal the facade of their utopian society. Knowing the system could trace the origin of a mass broadcast, they had to be smart. They would need a powerful, untraceable signal booster to do it. As the sun set on Utopia, their plan took shape. Aria left with a renewed sense of purpose, promising to find the signal booster from an old contact in the city's underground network. Finn, on the other hand, would continue his research, hoping to gather more damning evidence against the authority. Returning to his apartment, Finn looked out at the gleaming city, alive with artificial perfection. The gravity of their task weighed heavily on him. For the first time, he saw his home through the unseen veil, the shimmering spires and harmonious order tainted by a harsh, oppressive reality. Beneath his fear and uncertainty, there was a flicker of hope, a belief that they could change things, that they could reclaim Utopia from its descent into dystopia. As night fell, the city lights sparkled like a deceptive promise of perfection. Finn's thoughts wandered to the exiled, the imperfects who had been cast aside. Their suffering fueled his determination. He envisioned a future where Utopia lived up to its name, where every citizen, regardless of their flaws, was valued and treated with dignity. This vision gave him strength, fortifying his resolve to see their mission through to the end. He knew the road ahead was fraught with danger, but with Aria by his side and a clear purpose guiding him, he felt ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Together, they would uncover the truth and fight for a utopia that was truly just.